Okay. All right. Welcome everybody to our Wednesday night Zoom to Ruby call. We have a very special guest tonight. I'm super excited. We have Miss Alicia Wilcox on, Presidential Diamond
Hi
Sideline Sister. We are so stinking excited for you to be on. It's such an honor that you took the time. Because I know, what are you guys, 3 hours behind?
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock at home right now.
Okay, so dinner time. So we really appreciate you taking a 20 minutes of your time to kind of share your story with us, and just to kind of give you guys some background. Alicia and I were sideline sisters right from the get go. We met at Dash this last year down in Florida, and we just hit it off. And Alicia and I are a lot alike, as far as like our mindset and how we build, and we're just go getters and stuff. And I just loved your personality and your realness, and I just really want you to share your story with everybody because I think your story is so powerful, and tell everybody, what you still do because you're still working, and, you have two beautiful boys at home. So just share your story with us. And then I have a couple of questions that the team has asked too that we'll pick your brain on, but it's nothing too crazy.
Okay. Well, I'm so honored to be on your guys' Zoom tonight, actually. But basically, I started this business 2 years ago in April 2014. And I actually joined this business. I found my enroller through a Facebook post. We were not friends on Facebook. So people were liking her posts. And I saw them for a little while. And I actually messaged her and I said that I want to try some wraps. So she asked me to try some if I want to try wraps. And then she asked me if I thought about joining the business. So then I decided, if you ask her, she'll say I'm like the fastest enrollment ever. But I joined pretty much right away, and I thought I had nothing to lose because honestly, I wasn't struggling at the time when I joined this business. I had a great job. I actually worked 2 jobs. I worked as a nurse and I worked as a hairdresser. I'd been a hairdresser for 10 years. And my husband worked in the oil fields and he had a great job. And, we were doing good. Things were perfect in our world. So I didn't really join this business for the money at the time. So I joined the business to try some wraps. I love the wraps. I started sharing them with my friends and family. And we just kind of hit the ground running. I asked all my close friends to join me right when I first started. And so a bunch of them jumped in with me and they trusted me. And so they just thought, why not? So fast forward to about a year later, January 2015, I had promoted to Triple Diamond. And my husband, he works in the oil fields. And so the oil fields took a huge downturn, and where I live, it's like a huge oil field community, and basically everything around here survives off oil. So he didn't lose his job, but his job got cut all the way back to where he couldn't even, with his paycheck, we wouldn't have been able to pay our bills. So I always tell everybody that this business came into my life when I didn't even know I needed it. It came into my life before I didn't even know what God's plan was for me with this business. I just loved it. I loved the people. I loved everything about it, but I didn't need it until that time in my life. So my husband, he was cut back at work, and so we were pretty much surviving off It Works. It was our sole source of income. And over that time, we paid off $25,000 in debt. I earned about $250,000 in good bonuses. So, we were getting a pretty good paycheck from It Works. And then the next month, March of 2015, I went Presidential Diamond, and I'm still presidential. So going back to what I tell you guys about this business came into my life when I didn't even know I needed it, is that I always tell people, like, you cannot rule people out of this business, because just because me wanting to try some wraps turned into me being a presidential diamond in 1 year. So you never know who your next rock star is going to be. Go ahead to now. So now I've been in the business for 2 years, and now I'm actually getting divorced. And so I'm actually able to take care of my kids, and I'm able to provide for myself, taking care, being a single mom. I've not had to struggle one bit. this business has done so many things for me, and it has nothing to do with my marriage, but the whole point of this business is that I'm telling you guys again, it came into my life when I didn't know I needed it. My why has evolved over 2 years. My why has changed so many times. Last year my why was to take care of my family, provide, because my husband wasn't able to do that because of his job. And that has no fault to him. But now fast forward another year, I am a single mom. I'm so incredibly happy. It's not a bad decision. So it is a positive thing in my life. I was able to, get a house for me and my boys. We started all over. I bought all new furniture, I'm able to take care of my boys by myself, and I don't have to rely on anyone. And in fact, the oil field still sucks, and I have to take care of him now. So I'm sure he's thinking it works too these days. But basically, I can tell you guys that, this business changed my life from the moment I joined. The best thing about this business is the people that you meet. And I tell everybody that. I've gained so many friends, Kendra being one of them, one of my best friends in this business. And you don't even know the people that you guys are capable of meeting. And if you just guys put yourself out there, I've met so many people. I build all my business through social media. So I have amazing friends on my team that I've never even met in person. We Zoom and we talk and we text and all that stuff. But it's like I feel like I already know everybody. And so this business has extremely changed my life, and the people are the best part of it. I built my business all the way through social media. I mostly did Instagram.
So tell me, okay, so this is something I think most of us, I'm going to pan through really, really quick here. I would say a good number of the people that are on the Zoom right now are belly to belly. And so this is something that we are new, over the past year since John Eric kind of came into our life, really kind of starting to dabble in that. If you could give some basic tips on how you built through Instagram, things that like the everyday person could use for your best couple of tips.
So I'll tell you one reason why I particularly don't do belly to belly. And the reason is not because I don't like it. I love wrapping people and I love that. But where I live, we tried to do wrap parties when I first started. But because my enroller lived in a different state, we kind of felt like a little bit lost, like we didn't know what we were doing. So we tried to do wrap parties, but they never really worked out for us. We still try to do wrap parties. We actually host a team weekly wrap party every Wednesday. People don't come where we live, and I don't know what it is about it, but we do not get people here coming to that. So basically we have, I pretty much have taught my whole team to build on social media. I started with Facebook. I did Facebook for the first few months, and then I moved to Instagram. And so basically with Instagram is I really follow everything. I found Jade Hooper on YouTube. Back in 2014, I started following her videos. I go on her videos and I watch her Instagram videos, and that's what I pretty much teach my team to do. So I basically teach my team to do the 3-3 rule, which is posting 3 before and after pictures a day, or a product, 3 before and after pictures or product posts, and then 3 lifestyle posts. And the 3 lifestyle posts are posts about what this business has done for you, what your goals with this business are. Hold on. What?
You're good. Yeah. My kids are usually up here hugging me, talking to me. Hi, buddy. I like your helmet.
So the 3 lifestyle posts is your goals in the business, what the business is doing for you right now, and then my posts are usually like, oh, I'm working from my phone. I'm at the gym. I'm so glad I can stay in bed and work from my phone. Those are like lifestyle posts for me. So in between those posts, I recommend doing, what I teach my team is to post the F's. Yeah. Post the F's. So the F's are fun, friendships, family, fur babies, fashion, food, and funny. So those are the stuff that get people interested on Instagram. When you post those on Instagram is such a fast moving reel that you almost have to post almost every hour in order to build your business on it. You also have to get your followers up. And so that's super important. Mason, can you be quiet for a minute, please? So I can finish this. You need to get up your followers. So I follow people every single day. They've changed a lot of rules since I started building my Instagram. But basically I teach my team to follow my friends' friends. So I go to my followers and I click on their friends and I follow their friends. I pretty much only follow women. I don't follow any kind of like fashion accounts or fake looking accounts. I don't follow men, stuff like that.
Okay.
I follow normal people. Like I don't have time to particularly go to each page and look to see if there's someone that's my potential and all that stuff. I just try to do it quickly. And then I also unfollow. So there's unfollowing apps like Crowdfire and InstaTrack. And so those are the ones that we pretty much use to follow and unfollow people. I still use Facebook.
Yeah.
But Instagram is my main source of where I get my people. And I'll tell you that it does work. When I went Presidential Diamond, I signed up 88 customers from Instagram.
Wow. Who wants to sign 88 customers?
Yeah, in a month. I think it was last November or something, right around that time, I signed up like 22 distributors from it. So, I mean, it works if you work it.
Now,
so, I mean, it is a little bit time consuming, but I also... So how are you interacting with people? So it's all about getting those followers. So when somebody likes or comments on your post, you're kind of following what Jade said. You're instantly then basically given permission to say, thanks for the love on my post. Would you like to hear more? What I do? Is that what you do instantly? Yeah. So pretty much, for me to engage is I go through my news feed on Instagram and I like people's photos. And then I message my likes on my, if you want to. Okay. I message people that like my product post and my lifestyle post. I don't message people that like my just like regular posts.
Right.
But like, so say that they like one of my lifestyle posts, even if it's me posting a picture that I went to the gym and I'm like, hey, working my business from the gym, that's a lifestyle post. So I'll message every person that likes that and I'll say, thanks for the love of my post. Are you interested in what I do? I kind of switch it up every time. So I'll say, thanks for the love of my post. Are you interested in what I do? Thanks for the love of my post. Are you interested in learning about my business? Thanks for the love of my post. Are you interested in hearing about my $500 cash bonus? So just whatever I'm in the mood for. And I really just copy and paste.
Yeah.
So I go through and I don't I don't spam people. Like if someone doesn't respond to me, I don't message them like 20 times. That's just, right. I'm not a spammer. Right. So I don't cold message. I don't really consider that cold messaging, but I mean, I don't know some people don't teach their teens that kind of stuff, but that's what I do. We message people that like our posts. We do it on Facebook and on Instagram. Same thing for product posts. Being a product tester. Are you interested in ThermoFit? Are you interested in my 90-day challenge? Just kind of whatever, the post is about or that kind of stuff.
Right.
And that's pretty much what we do. And then, you get the conversation going that way. And then usually, always like the following up is the big thing.
Right. Absolutely. For sure. And I think that's one thing, I don't consider that a cold message because that gives me the permission. If you liked my post, you just gave me permission to message you.
Yeah, for sure.
That's totally. So I totally agree with that. And so for those of you that are on this Zoom right now, you need to stick with what you're good at. So if you are good to belly, don't try to do something that's totally outside your comfort zone. However, I encourage you to get your toes wet with this, maybe implement a couple of these tips. And even if you're just working Facebook right now, make sure that you're following up, just like Alicia said, if people are liking your post, are you messaging them, hey, thanks for the love on my, my picture, that kind of stuff. So these are just simple, basic steps that we can take all across the board. But one thing I love that you said is that wrap parties didn't work for you. And so you didn't just throw in the towel, you figured out what would work for you. And I love that. And I think so many people are so quick to give up or so quick to, throw out an excuse, and you made it work. You figured out a way for you and your team to rock this.
And the same thing with my team. I tell them, if it doesn't work out for you, if social media is not your thing, just because wrap parties isn't my thing doesn't mean it can't be your thing. Mm-hmm. So I will do whatever I can to make it work for you. I will find you videos. I will find you on YouTube. I will go on, I will get on, a Zoom or a FaceTime or whatever I can with you, and we will make it work. I know how to do a wrap party. That doesn't mean that I can't do one. It's just that I don't find success that way, but that doesn't mean that someone else on my team can't. Right. And so that's what I pretty much teach my team is that you can do anything that you want to do, and you need to build this business the best way it fits you, because this business, we don't all build it the same. That's what makes us all different and unique in how we can build this business. So just because it works, one way works for me, I'm not going to copy what someone else is doing, because if it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm the first one to admit that when we came back from Dash in September, I was feeling, this is so funny. We can all go through this, being top 75 in the company, coming home and feeling defeated because I felt like I wasn't doing all of these things that everybody else was doing because I built my business differently, So I came home, and I'm not kidding, I took from September to December, and I only had one wrap party every month, and tried to build on Instagram and do these things. And I'm just, finally, in January, I'm like, that's not for me. And I still dabble in it. And now I'm getting customers and distributors, but it took me a long time. I had a long learning curve with that. And so I made the big mistake of trying to do things that didn't necessarily work for me instead of integrating it in.
And I remember you told me on the cruise that you had been trying to work Instagram. It wasn't your thing. And I think it's either it is or it isn't. I mean, I think you could still try it. And even if you're doing wrap parties doesn't mean you can't be posting. And even if you still be posting if you're doing wrap parties, because you could be messaging those people still that are liking your posts and getting them to do wrap parties that way. Yeah. So it's all about, you just have to do what you feel comfortable with and how you want to build this business.
Totally. I totally agree. And for those that are, stay-at-home moms or ones that have time like this, that's one thing I know I need to step up my game. I need to be setting reminders in my phone to post those things. And I've been trying to be better about taking pictures. Mm-hmm. I know that's so bad, but I'll scroll through my phone and be like, I have nothing to post right now. So I force myself to take pictures that I can use, and trickle them throughout. I have to say, one of my favorite pictures is you laying in bed on your retreat that says, we don't want to get out of bed today. Thank goodness we can work from home. I know. You guys have your arms. It was but it stopped me in my tracks because it was a funny post, but I was like, that was so cute, so it's just, we gotta stop people in their tracks, when we're doing things in the news feed and on Instagram and Facebooks and things like that. So I have a couple of questions here. Okay. How do you build relationships quickly and grow quickly starting with complete strangers? So are you building
the same way? I mean, everyone is a stranger to me pretty much on my, I'm not saying everyone's a stranger on my team, but on my team, right. My team builds their business on social media. So most of us have never even met each other. Mm-hmm. So, we just do it through liking posts. Once you start talking to someone, if you can feel that kind of, connection, if you feel a connection with someone on, you could go from Instagram, add them as a friend on Facebook, then you can start texting. And that's pretty much how I do my relationships is, we start on Instagram, I get them to go on my Facebook, then we get through text, or we just go straight to text. And then we text, that way. But, I think over time, you just build a relationship with you have to make people feel comfortable with you. And I think I think it's just, that's what I do because that's how I built my business. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any way to make people feel uncomfortable. You just have to hold a conversation. And I told my team, you need to do ping pong. So ping pong conversations is like when someone says like, hey, I'm interested in the wraps, and you say, oh, okay, I would love to get you started on some wraps. What questions do you have? Instead of just word vomit. So we try to do ping pong, which is like you say, hey, and then they say, hey, or how much are they? $59 as a loyal customer or $99 retail. Then they'll say, well, what's a loyal customer? Then you bounce back, and then it's back and forth. And I think that's when you start to talk to someone like that is how you build the relationship, instead of word vomiting all the information right at one time. Like, hey, the wraps are for $59 as a loyal customer, and this is what a loyal customer is. And then they don't ever respond to you. So
right.
That's the best way I can say to build the relationship.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's perfect. And I think that's it too. I mean, with you being personal on Instagram and Facebook, they're seeing your personality anyways, especially.
Yeah, and they feel like they already know me.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I post so much of my life that they feel like they already know me.
Right,
and so
exactly.
They feel comfortable talking to me.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so when meeting someone on Instagram, how long do you follow up with them and interact via comments and hearts before direct messaging them, and how do you go about that? So basically, you just covered this. You said as soon as they like your post, that gives you the free rights to message them.
Yeah, I usually message at nighttime. So like whatever my posts are during the day, at nighttime I'll spend like an hour and I'll message all my likes.
Perfect.
I don't do it right away. I'll do it like at nighttime or whatever it is.
Okay, perfect. Get any distributors? What's the thing you say? Okay, so I've only been on this adventure for a few months. I have no problems getting loyal customers, but have not been able to get any distributors. What is the first thing you would say to someone you thought would be a great distributor?
I don't cold message. So that sounds like cold messaging to me. I only message people that like my posts. So if someone likes one of my lifestyle posts, I message them, hey, thanks for the love. Hey girl, thanks for the love my posts. Are you interested in what I do? Usually they'll say, yes, I am, or no, I'm not, or they say, I don't have any money, or, whatever their response is, then I go from there. To get distributors, you have to be personable. You have to make people want to do what you have. So that's what I'm talking about when I say I don't always make every one of my posts like, hey, here's my number, send me a message, you can join my team. My posts are like, hey, I'm like, or love working from my bed this morning with my kid by my side. It's so easy working from my phone, talking to 3 girls that want to join my team. Those are the kind of posts that are people like, oh, well, she's not at work right now. She's on her phone. She's laying in bed. She hasn't got out of bed. Or like Kendra said, the one that I posted when I was on my retreat, like we were in a hotel and we said we didn't want to get out of bed. And it was me and another girl, and we held up our Starbucks and we said we didn't want to get out of bed today. I mean, just like things like that. And we didn't have to get out of bed, so there's just things like you can make people are like, oh, well, it's Wednesday and she's not at work and she's working from her phone. Like, I want to be able to get to that Sunday. And, that's the other thing is you have to be realistic. Like, clearly no one's going to join and be able to quit their job in a week. So, I feel like we can teach. I could teach you how to get to this point, but it takes consistency.
Consistency. Absolutely. Everything in this business is consistency. And it takes time. This isn't going to happen overnight. You went presidential in a year. That's phenomenal. That's not the norm, but it can be done. You guys can do this. Every single one of you has everything it takes to reach your goals. It's how much time are you willing to put into it? Not how much time do you have? Because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. It depends on how you're going to use those and, how intentional you're going to be with your time. I mean, my TV's on right now, but I think it's on Ice Age or something because it's usually on Nicktoons until I go to bed because I don't even see it. I don't even notice it, so it's all about being intentional with those times that you have. This question here from Jessica Robron, I absolutely love. She says, how do you personally keep track of your leads? And then it's a 2-part question. And then what system do you use to keep track of all of your loyal customers? Okay.
Well, let me be real honest is that I pretty much have everybody text me for one, but I'm really bad about following up with my loyal customers once they sign up. I mean, I build a relationship with my loyal customers to where I feel like they feel comfortable with me. So first off, what I usually do with my loyal customers is when they do sign up, I usually say, okay, we got your order in, but now the next step is you have to contact me when you get the products and you need to ask me how to use them. Because I'm not going to tell them that information right then. And so that's why I want to follow up with them so that I know, that's my way of following up, is for them to contact me. Mm-hmm. So pretty much they'll contact me and they'll say, like, hey, I got my products. Can you tell me how to use them? Then I go through how to use them and I go, please, send me pictures of your results. Let me know if you have any questions. But then also they're my friends on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm still liking their posts. I'm still talking to them through that way. But I'm really bad about following up about that. So I'm not going to lie to you guys. Otherwise, I use an Erin Condren planner. Mm-hmm. I've been really crappy. I've had so much going on these past few months that I haven't been very consistent about keeping track. But basically what I do is anytime someone contacts me, I write down their name in my planner. I'll get it for you right here.
How amazing is she? She's even getting her planner right now. One thing that I keep track of my loyal customers is I put right in my phone, I put LC, and then I do that too. Phone number, and then I have their ID number in my phone. And if I know what products they ordered or whatever, I'll put it in the notes section in my phone. That has saved me. I also write them down in my planner. Just like you do, I have one of those passion planners that Jen got me, and I write all my distributors and personally enrolled loyal customers down in the back of that. That helps. I was really bad before.
Basically, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it's an Erin Condren planner. It's pretty big. So basically it has every single month, it'll have the month, mm-hmm. the month that the full month. And then it has a daily one. So in all the daily, I have people, when they contact me, I put their name on what day that I'm going to follow up with them again. Nice. So it has a daily list. It still has for the whole month, it has a daily thing. So I put, if they say they're going to sign up on a certain day, I go write their name on that. Or if they tell me that they don't, or if they don't say they're going to sign up at all, I'll usually put them on the next Friday. I'll just write their name in on the next Friday. And then when they sign up, I cross their name off. So then I know when I can go back through this whole list all the way, through all the months, and I can follow up with all these people. And I write down Facebook, or I put FB or IG, and then I'll usually say LC or DT, what they're wanting.
Nice.
So it's been easy for me to do it like that, but like I said, I've really slacked.
No, that's good. One thing that Jade said the other day, we had a chat going, and she had talked about how when she is talking to people, so let's say somebody's interested in being a loyal customer, and that's what you had next to their name, you play stupid and say, hey, didn't we talk about the business before? And a lot of times she said they would come back and they would say, actually, I've been thinking about it, even though you never had that conversation. And then let's say if it was, a distributor, she'd say, hey, I only have 2 spots left. I know you're interested in the business, but I only have 2 spots left for hair, skin, and nails right now. Are you interested in being a customer? And she switches it up either way, because we would always rather have a paying customer than a non-paying distributor.
Of course.
Absolutely. So I love that she said that. And so you can always kind of change it up a little bit too. And, if she talked to him about hair, skin, and nails, she might change it up and say, you know what, I need wraps or whatever. And she tries to do it with things that you can do before and after pictures with. So I totally, totally loved that.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Yeah. Do you do any vendor events or expos or anything like that out in Cali?
We don't do that many. I mean, we've done them. We've done, that's a learning curve for us, really, because we don't really, I've been learning from other, leaders on how to do successful events. And I feel like we do get some events, but we don't really get a lot of stuff from them. So that's kind of how we've been trying to work to where what we say or what we do in order to get our leads from those events. I mean, we do all the things like put your name in the jar and blah, blah, blah. But actually getting people to sign up on the spot is more so, been a challenge. And I think that's probably a challenge for a lot of people. But our vendor events aren't really just where I live is just a weird part. And it's not, we don't have a lot of success with that stuff.
Where are you at in California?
We're about 2 hours north of LA.
Okay. Gotcha.
So we, I don't know. you would think that it would be, you would think that it would be pretty successful here, but people are weird.
Right.
And our events are super, super expensive.
Right. Yeah. A lot of ours are too, like vendor events and stuff. I have done the large bridal shows, the health expos and things like that in the past. My favorite actually happened to be like mom to mom sales and, smaller events that are maybe even church fundraisers and things like that. Cause you have an opportunity to meet people in your backyard and build that relationship with them. They might be a member of your community or, work at the library or whatever, and you're actually able to connect with them on a more personal level. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Oh, I think we have one more question. You know what the difference in that between a vendor event would be? Samantha Miller, basically, flea markets are considered garage sales, and we don't want to be associated with that. So that would be why we don't do flea markets. On average, Alicia, one last question. On average, how many people do you message a day?
Well, I post at least 6 times a day. So I probably I try to message probably 100 people a day. But those people aren't always. Mom, can I have an ice cream? Those people aren't all responding. That's not too much.
I want ice cream.
Responding to me. So I usually try to do them at night, and then usually, like in the morning, I'll have messages.
Cool. Awesome. That's perfect. Well, I'm going to start that tonight. I just want to say thank you so much for taking a half hour to be on with us. I know those boys are craving mama's attention right now. Yes. It's all good. And this is
so much for having me.
Of a leader, you guys. Thank you so much, Alicia.
Bye, guys.
Appreciate it. Have a good night, honey.
You too.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.